Welcome back to Fox Explainer. Today I am going to show you a crime thriller movie from 2016 called Bad Sister. Spoilers ahead. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Watch out and take care. At the beginning of the movie, a young man named Jason Brady was in his room playing guitar. Jason often makes videos for his YouTube channel when he doesn't have school. Jason and his sister Zoe were taken to a Catholic boarding school after the school break. Sister Rebecca, the headmistress, was there to greet them. At the same time, another sister watches Jason and his family from the principal's office, which is still in the same boarding school. Sister Sophia was the name of the sister. Sister Rebecca went back to her room and greeted Sister Sophia not long after. Sister Rebecca tells her that all nuns must follow the rules and policies of the school. One of these rules is that sisters aren't allowed to wear makeup to school. Sister Rebecca gave her a tissue and told Sister Sophia that she needed to take off her makeup right away. Sister Rebecca showed Sister Sophia around after they had a short talk. Sophia meets Jason at the same time, and this is where we learn that Sophia will be Jason's teacher. Then Rebecca takes Sophia to see her room. Sophia watches Jason's music video on the laptop in the room. She starts kissing her laptop when she sees him. This shows that Sophia already knew Jason and that she came to school to do something bad. Then, Sister Sophia sneaks into the school dorm and listens to Jason play the guitar and sing. She wanted to keep him for herself. The next day, a girl named Sarah tried to talk to Jason in class. Sarah is a beautiful and popular girl. Her father gave money to charity often and had a lot of sway over the Catholic Educational Foundation. Sister Sophia came into the classroom not long after that. She felt jealous when she saw how close Sarah and Jason were. She then told Sarah off in a tone that was a little bit scary. After that happened, Jason and Sarah were back in the schoolyard talking to each other. At that time, Sarah told Jason about how annoying Sister Sophia was. Jason didn't say anything. But as Sarah and Jason were kissing, Sister Sophia walked up to them and looked angry. She then told Jason to go to class and told Sarah not to go near him. Then, when school was over, she asked Jason to come to her room. At first, Jason said no because boys weren't allowed in girls' rooms, especially nuns' rooms. When Jason got home from school, he went straight to Sister Sophia's room. He saw that the door to her room was slightly open, and when he looked inside, he was shocked to see Sister Sophia. She had taken off her nun's clothes and was only wearing bright red underwear at that time. Sister Sophia had done this on purpose and pretended not to notice that Jason was there. Jason ran away quickly after that because he was afraid Sister Sophia would catch him looking. When Jason was about to go to sleep that night, he could still picture how hot Sister Sophia was. He went so far as to imagine making out with her and enjoying worldly pleasures that couldn't be matched. One night, Sister Sophia sneaks into the girls' dorm while everyone is sleeping. She goes into Sarah's room and hides drugs in her books. She planned to trap Sarah to get her out of school. Unexpectedly, Sister Rebecca found her. Sister Sophia said that she only wanted to check the security of the girls' dorm. Sister Rebecca didn't ask anything else and just left. The next day in class, Sister Sophia asked the students to open their textbooks. When Sarah opened the book, she saw a roll of cigarettes. Suddenly, Sister Sophia and her classmates noticed what was happening. Sarah was then taken to the principal's office. She could only cry and say that the cigarette wasn't hers, but the school still punished her based on the rules. She was suspended and had to miss some school. After this, the entire school and hostel are searched, and a bottle of alcohol comes out of Jason's room as well. When it is time to punish Jason for it, Sophia talks to the rest of the fathers and nun about giving him a small punishment. This weekend, he has to help clean the school. Sophia punished him so that he would have to stay at school that weekend. After that, we see the scene from flashback where Sophia fell in love with Jason. In fact, Sophia once watched Jason's music video on social media, and she became obsessed with him. Then Sophia does a lot of research about Jason and finds out that a nun named Sophia has been hired at Jason's school. Then she sees the sister and kills her, and she dresses up as Sophia and goes to Jason's school. This tells us that Sophia isn't her real name. The next day, it's the weekend again, and Jason and Zoe go to the school to clean up. During this cleaning, Sophia helps Jason and tries her best to get with him. That night, while Jason is sleeping in his room, Sophia walks in and turns on the recording on her phone, which she puts on the side. Jason woke up when he thought someone was in his room and was very surprised to find Sister Sophia there. Sister Sophia then went up to Jason and persuaded him to have sex. Jason refused because it was wrong. But Sister Sophia did not pay attention to Jason's refusal. She instead took off all her clothes. Jason was finally tempted, and they started to date. The next morning, Jason is shown to feel very guilty because he got close to a nun. Later, when no one is in Jason's room, Sophia goes to his room and starts smelling his clothes. Just then, Zoe comes over and sees her. Then Sophia scolds Zoe, and Zoe tells Jason about it. When Sophia sees all this, she gets very angry with Zoe and gives Zoe low marks on the test. After school, Jason plans to tell everyone what he's done, but Jason was surprised to find out that Sister Sophia, not the priest, heard his confession. She then went into the confessional, sat on his lap, and they made out there too. After serving his time, Jason was finally free to go home for the weekend. The Bradys are eating dinner when Jason's father scolds him for his bad grades. But Jason made his father even more angry when he told him about his dream of becoming a singer. The fight between father and son lasted long enough for Jason to finish his dinner and leave for the party. Sarah walks up to Jason and starts kissing him. During the kiss, Jason thinks of Sophia. He then stops Sarah from kissing and leaves the party. When he left the party, he had a bottle of liquor in his hand. Because of this, one police officer catches him, but Sophia handles the situation there. After this, Sophia takes him to a hotel. Here, Sophia tries to seduce Jason again, but Jason tells her that whatever they are doing is wrong. Then Sophia tells him that she wants to be with him for the rest of her life, and that she has a lot of money so that they can both be happy together. Jason thinks it's very strange to hear Sophia, so he yells at her. He tells her that he does not want to be with her. After that, it leaves from there. Jason is sitting on the side of the road when his father comes up to him and encourages him to focus on his music career. The next day, Jason went back to his dorm room and found Sophia sleeping on his bed. Because there were a lot of drugs on the table, Jason thought that Sophia had died from a drug overdose. While he was checking on Sophia, she suddenly woke up. It turned out that it was just a joke to get his attention and make him feel sorry for him. Jason couldn't take Sophia's play anymore, so he threatened to tell the priest and principal what she was doing. But Sophia said that she, too, would tell everyone about their secret scandal. Jason kept quiet because he didn't want his father or anyone else to find out about his bad behavior at school. Sister Rebecca came in the middle of the lesson, while Sophia was still teaching the class. Sarah's sentence was over, so the principal told her to go to class and stay there as usual. Jason and Sarah were back on good terms. They were often seen alone and close to each other, which made Sophia angry and jealous. Then Sophia thought of a way to get rid of Sarah. When Sophia goes back to the girls' dorm in the evening, she finds Sarah in the shower. After making sure no one would catch her, she hit Sarah's head against the bathroom wall over and over again until the girl died in a horrible way. After that, she made Sarah's death look like an accident and went back to her room as if nothing had happened. Not long after that, Zoe was surprised to find Sarah lying on her back with blood all over her. She immediately asked for help. Sarah's body was taken right away to the hospital for an autopsy. The police and the rest of the dorm think Sarah died from a fall in the bathroom. The dorm residents met at the church. Everyone looked sad except Sophia, who smiled briefly, even if it wasn't for long. When prayer time was over, Jason went up to Sophia and said that he thought she was behind Sarah's sudden death. Even though it was true, Sophia was not afraid. She even looked angry and threatened Jason by showing a video of the two of them having sex. Sophia then threatens Jason if he dares to tell anyone about what she has done. When the weekend came, Jason and Zoe's parents picked them up. Sophia then made a plan to talk to Jason while he was with his family. She then asked Sister Rebecca for permission to go to her aunt's funeral. Jason and Zoe are eating dinner at a restaurant with their parents. To their surprise, Sister Sophia suddenly showed up in front of them and met their parents. Mr. and Mrs. Brady greeted Sophia in a friendly way. Even Jason's dad invited Sophia to have dinner with them. Sophia then took the chance to tease Jason in secret by holding his thigh under the table. Suddenly, Jason shivered and got very nervous. Sister Rebecca calls the hospital where Sophia's aunt is being treated. She planned to send a bouquet as a sign of sympathy, but the hospital did not know the name of the patient Sister Rebecca mentioned. She began to think that Sister Sophia had lied to her. Back at the Brady house, Zoe asked Jason to tell her what had happened because he seemed nervous when Sister Sophia came to dinner with them. Jason finally admitted that he had done a terrible thing with Sister Sophia. Jason and Zoe are looking for information about Sister Sophia's real name. They sneaked into her room and then used her laptop. It was finally proven that her real name is Laura Patterson. Laura purposely got rid of the real Sister Sophia so she could go to Jason's school and talk to him. On the other hand, Sister Rebecca asked Sophia to come to her office. Sister Rebecca then found out all of Sophia's lies and was about to report them to the priest. But as Sister Rebecca was heading for the door, Sophia hit her on the head. This caused Sister Rebecca to fall down and pass out right away. Jason and Zoe were about to tell Sister Rebecca what Jason and Zoe had found out about Sister Sophia's real name, so they went straight to Sister Rebecca's room. When they knocked on the door and got no answer, they finally left, not knowing that Sister Rebecca was unconscious and Sophia was hiding inside. Jason and Zoe ended up going to church and meeting Sophia there. They said that they already knew her real name and would tell Sister Rebecca. Sophia was angry because the situation was getting worse, so she knocked Zoe out and went after Jason with all her might. Sister Rebecca was not dead, which was a surprise. She showed up behind Sophia and grabbed her. Sister Rebecca was helping her, but Sophia quickly changed her mind and attacked her. Sophia wasn't paying attention, so Jason took the chance to get the screwdriver out of his pocket. He used the screwdriver to stab Sophia right away, killing her. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more and hit the like button to help me out, and also leave a comment if you want me to explain your favorite film. Until next time, take care.